Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kat. This is going to be my first reading vlog. So basically the way I'm gonna set it up is that every time I read a chunk throughout the day, I'm just gonna grab my camera and kind of update you guys on what I read and how it makes me feel and anything that stood out and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited to actually vlog my reaction to everything that I read in this particular book, which actually series Bind Up, which I'm pretty excited about. So my first book for this vlog, or I guess series Bind Up, is the Mindfuck series. This is by St. Abbey or St. Abbey. No, I think it's St. Abbey. If you have not heard about this widely popular book series, it's basically an adult romance. The series is about Lana Myers, who's the main female character. She basically is a quote-unquote serial killer. She's out there getting revenge, torturing and killing the men who hurt her 10 years ago when she was 16. And unexpectedly she meets Logan Bennett, or Agent Bennett, who is an FBI agent, and he profiles serial killers and he solves cases on serial killers. So he's been investigating these murders. They both kind of get into this whirlwind romance. The attraction is instant. The connection and chemistry is instant. Lana knows, of course, that Logan Bennett is investigating her murders, but he doesn't know that she's doing all the murdering. So I thought the premise was pretty interesting. That's why I picked it up. This would be like my first more adult romance. I read a couple of adult romances, but they were more lighthearted. This one seems to lean a little bit on the darker side, and just kind of reading about it, I got pretty excited to delve into it because I think the premise of a serial killer and FBI agent falling in love is kind of new. I have not read anything like that, so pretty excited. Right now, I just started yesterday night, and I'm on the first book, quote unquote, and the first book is The Risk, and I am on page 66 of chapter 9. So I think I'm getting through this pretty quickly. Me and my cousin were buddy reading the series together. I kind of left her behind in the dust. She's still on chapter 3, but so far, first impressions, it's really tantalizing, for lack of a better word. It is really good. I see what the hype is about. I don't know if this will carry throughout the rest of the series, but so far it is really fun to read. I love Logan and Lana's interactions, the flirting. Oh my god, it is so adorable. It really is. And it's so funny because just reading their flirty texts and the way they interact, it like causes butterflies in my stomach, right? It's just so adorable, and it really does bring up like the feelings of like, oh, when you first start liking somebody or really attracted to someone, they say some cute shit and you're like, oh my god. So I totally get what Lana is feeling. Actually, my boyfriend of 4.5 years still makes me feel that way, so I get those butterflies and like, all the feelings she feels. So it was really cute to be able to connect with her. Also, Lana is a badass. I already like her. I love this main character. I think I'm gonna love her throughout the series. She's a badass. She took her pain and turned it into revenge. I love the way that she's carrying out these murders and how she's torturing these men who hurt her, and they are very well deserved, and the amount of research and time she puts into stalking her victims and knowing their whole schedule and routine, like, it's just so crazy. And I love when Lana and Logan profile each other. It's so cool. And then Logan being an FBI agent is so awesome because it gives total Criminal Mind vibes. Like my cousin, she pointed out too that it gives total Criminal Mind vibes, and we love Criminal Minds. Like, that's our favorite TV show, and just being able to read something that reflects our favorite TV show is so much fun. So far up until page, what did I say, 60 something, 66, it's really good and very interesting. I am definitely interested to read more about Lana's killings and tortures and her interactions with Logan and just how their romance develops. I really love their romance. It's not gross to me. It's not like roll my eyes worthy. It's good. And Logan is hot as hell. I love reading about him profiling, trying to figure out the serial killer. Like, I love the way his mind works, and I love that the author goes into kind of his mind and his way of thinking, right? Because apparently he's a really good profiler, and because of his profiling skills, his team were able to solve a lot of cases. So it's really fun to see like what goes on in his mind and his thought process. So yeah, so far so good. I think I'll read some more later today, and then we'll update. Okay, bye. Hey guys, so reporting back to you on my update for the Mindfuck series. So I am now on book 2, and I am in the middle of chapter 3. So book 2 is called Sidetracked, and in the bind up I'm on page 138. Oh god, my hair is literally a mess. Please don't mind this. Like, I showered and then I tied my wet hair, and this is what happens. Anyways, so far it's still really good. It's holding up. I know I'm in the first 100 pages, so it's not like, you know, I'm in the slow parts. I'm still in the beginning, so it's still very exciting. I still love the characters. I do love Logan. I do love Lana. I mean, they're great, like match made in heaven. I'm at the part where Logan and his team are hunting down the boogeyman serial killer who has targeted Logan and is probably going to go after Lana, because Lana is Logan's girlfriend officially now, or unofficially, officially, I don't know. This boogeyman serial killer seems to be like very brutal in his killing ways, and because he's going after Lana, who is, you know, trained a serial killer essentially, she's ready for him. She's ready to take him on, whereas everyone else is like afraid of this boogeyman. But of course everybody else does not know Lana is also a serial killer. So it's really interesting to see how she's not afraid of the serial killer that everyone else seems to be afraid of. Other than that, I still love the moments where they're profiling, like Logan and Lana profiling someone together. It's like a cute, like little romantic thing, I guess. Something to just be warned of are the trigger warnings, especially when Lana has flashbacks of her past when she was 16 and what happened to her and her brother by a group of guys. I can't read that kind of content, so I tend to skip it. The flashbacks are italicized, so it's kind of easy to identify what content for me to skip. If assaults, essay, and stuff like that are triggers for you, then just a warning about that. Other than that, I'm gonna just continue reading. Like, it's Friday, the weekend is here. I closed my laptop and it's gonna be closed for 2 days, so hopefully I get more reading done. I definitely love how methodical Lana is, and meticulous she is. She's very detailed in her research and the way she tortures the men before killing them. I think it's pretty cool, so excited to read more about Lana killing more men. We love that. I will talk to you guys in the next clip. Bye. Hi guys! So, update on the Mindfuck series and how far I'm in and what's going on. So I'm still on the second book, and now I'm on chapter 12, and in the bind up that's page 214. So it's hefty, as you can see, so I'm kind of making my way through slowly but surely. I'm like right here. My cousin, who I'm buddy reading this with, she's already on book 5, so she's, you know, zooming through, and she really likes it. She said the book has her in a chokehold, and I believe it, because it has me in a chokehold. So it's going well. So far right now we have Logan and his team trying to hunt down a serial killer, not Lana, another serial killer. They call him the boogeyman, and he's targeting Logan, he's targeting Logan's team, they suspect going to target Lana and whatnot. So it's really messy. When reading this, all I can picture is Criminal Minds. That's all I can picture. Like, this whole book is Criminal Minds. Like, I feel like this author just took Criminal Minds and put it in book format, because all the profiling, the way they're hunting down this killer, tracking, following, doing their research and everything. Ooh, that was an ant crawling on me. Ew. Okay, I hate things crawling on me. Anyways, let me restart. It gives Criminal Mind vibes, and that's all I'm getting, and so it's been really fun reading it so far. I, again, love Lana. I think she's great. I think it's interesting because she really does see herself as this dark monster, like this terrible human being for killing people, but it's kind of like there are the monsters that you're killing are worse, so you're less of a monster than those monsters. I just read she saved a little girl from the hands of a pedophile, and she killed the pedophile, so she's not really that much of a monster. I mean, killing people is not a good thing no matter who you are or what you are, but she has the reason. What I love about this book is the writing style. It's just simple. It's simple. It's so simple, and it's just easy, and it's smooth, and it's straightforward. It's not too complicated. It's not like overly detailed or anything. It's just straightforward, simple writing, and it just makes everything much more digestible, and it makes it easier to just really get into the book. So once I'm in the book, once I'm in the zone, I just don't really want to get out. I will be doing more reading tomorrow and kind of see what else happens, but I just hope they catch this boogeyman serial killer, because I have so much anxiety with how they're trying to like catch him and how he's targeting the FBI team. Like, it's really insane. It just feels like I'm reading Criminal Minds, and Criminal Minds sometimes give me anxiety. Like, I've watched basically almost every episode, and even when I rewatch some episodes, it still gives me anxiety. Anyways, guys, I am gonna go take a late night shower. It's 10 o'clock, 10:12. And I will read some more later and update you guys later. So, talk to you soon. Bye! Hey guys, so just updating about my reading experience so far with the Mindfuck series, and it really is fucking with my mind, that's for sure. So now I am on book 3, called Scarlet Angel, chapter 3, and in the bind-up book this is page 256. I just want to talk about what I just experienced. I opened my book and it fell on a scene that was kind of interesting. It was like Lana torturing one of the guys, and then there was a flashback memory of a scene where she was being assaulted by one of the guys, and it was very triggering. Like, I started to shake, and I can't even talk about how I felt, because it was just so much. Like, it was so much. Like, I've never read a book that was detailed like that, you know? Like, I've never read any book, any scene that detailed anything like that, and it just came to me as a shock, and I felt sick. Like, I wanted to throw up. So, I'm contemplating, should I continue reading this book? Should I continue? Because I want to continue reading this book. I really enjoy it. Like, this, I just finished the scene where the boogeyman serial killer who's targeting Lana, he basically tried to attack her and overpower her, but, you know, Lana, being the badass she was able to take him down and kill him. So he was absolutely no match for him, and that whole scene was crazy. Like, it was so good. I want to see Lana take her revenge, but these flashback scenes, I just can't do it. Like, the problem with me is anything in front of me, I have to read it. Like, it's an impulse. I have to read. So these scenes, no matter how much I want to skip it, there's this impulsive need to read it as well, because it's part of the book. I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that, but I know I should skip those scenes. I know, because of how they make me feel and what they do to me, like how triggering it can be. And I'm sure there are books out there that have way more graphic scenes than this, but so I don't know, I'm kind of stuck, because I'm kind of like halfway through the book. Yeah. And I have OCD, like, I need to finish the book. But I'm thinking, for my mental well-being, should I continue reading a book that triggers me this much? What do you guys think? I'm probably just going to continue reading it. I told my cousin about it too, and she said she can handle these scenes a little bit better, but she did say it brought her to tears. But I don't know, I'm trying to figure out a way to read this book in a way that makes me feel safe, because I haven't felt that triggered from reading ever. This is new. So it just really took me by surprise and really shook me. And I've never had to question if I should finish a book, but this is probably the first book where I'm like, I don't know if I should finish it. But I think I'm going to continue reading it, only because I just know how I am as a reader. That was a lot. I might have to take a break. And knowing me, I'm like loyal, so I only read one book at a time, so I can't even read a book in between to like kind of take my mind off of this one. I just can't. It's again another OCD situation. But yeah, so just a warning to every person that's gonna go into this book. Trigger warnings, please, please, please. Like, even if you think you're prepared, you may not be, unless you are used to reading these kind of graphic essay scenes. Again, there's probably books that are more graphic, but to me this was just like cherry on top, too much. So just please, please be careful when reading this book. I'm actually giving like a cautionary warning, like please be careful, because it can be very triggering. And right now I still feel like I'm shaking a little bit, but it's not visible, like, you know, my hands aren't trembling or anything, but I could feel myself like not calm and not feeling safe. So yeah, just be careful. Anyways, I will give you my next update soon. Bye guys. So my last update, because I finally finished the Mindfuck series. I finished it yesterday. I think I forgot what page I was on last, but I just read through the whole damn thing the past 2 days. I did take a few days break because of how triggered I felt reading one scene, as I mentioned in the previous clip. But after taking a few days break, I feel like I was able to just kind of refresh and restart, mentally recover. So I was able to finish the whole book, despite some of those triggering scenes that I powered through. I'm so glad I read this book. I'm so happy I read it. It was such a thrill ride. It's such a fast-paced book, and it's so deliciously good, like in so many ways. Like everything about it, from the romance between Lana and Logan to all these like murders and torture scenes, and the revenge plot was so well done, like so good. And oh my god, my favorite part was when all the characters arrived at the town that Lana is from, and how she and her best friend Jake basically painted that town bloody red. Like, they took their revenge on that town that failed them when they were kids. And it was so good. Like, oh god, everything unraveled in the best way possible. Like, I have not read a book like this. Of course, this is my first, like, I guess, dark romance book. I've never read this kind of book before. I'm really glad I read this one as my first one. It's just beautiful. It was really beautiful. And I really loved how the whole topic of justice was debated, because Logan has his version of justice, working in the law enforcement, working for the feds, being an FBI agent and whatnot. He has his own version of justice. And Lana has her own version of justice because of what she's been through, what her family's been through, what was done to her and her family. Like, so brutal. Like, when I read what happened to her father, I was like, oh, like near gagging. She has another version of justice. So it's just interesting to see how the clash between these definitions of justice played out in the series. I did not expect or even figure out or even predict who the actual villain was, who orchestrated this whole plan to basically entangle Lana's father and have him falsely accused of the murders that he did not commit, and how her whole family got ruined. Like, the original, like, villain, the main villain, did not really expect him at all. I had like a small inkling, but I didn't really follow through with it because I didn't think that character would be the villain, but lo and behold. So yeah, that twist, whew, that was good. I think it ended the perfect way. It ended in a way that it should have. The beautiful ending of like Lana and Logan and Hadley and Jake, and their romance is cute. Lana's father didn't really get exonerated, or there was no real mention of him getting exonerated. I can't remember. I don't think. The feds and the law enforcement, they're still trying to cover everything up and whatnot. I think it played out well. Like, I still think that Lana got her justice. She was able to finally heal, you know? She was able to finally heal, and she was able to move on, and Jake too. So there's so many pros that I had with my reading experience. I'm really happy I documented it. Because it is self-published, I did notice a couple of like writing mistakes and errors, but nothing so bad where it broke the flow of reading. It's just little writing mistakes, so it's not a big deal. I've come to realize I don't think I like to read about sex scenes that much, not because they're bad or awful, but because like a few sex scenes in a book, they're fine, but I feel like once there's like one too many, then it's like redundant and routine. And this is just me, again, my personal opinion. I do again want to really caution about the trigger warnings. If stuff like essay scenes are too much for you, I would probably reconsider reading, or just be careful when going into it. Like I said, I thought I could handle it, but it was not something that I was able to handle at first. After that, I was able to kind of like find a better coping method of reading, I guess. So I just really want to push that caution out there, that be careful when going into this book or any other kind of books that are similar, because it can affect you if you get triggered by these scenes. This plot line, this storytelling, this pacing, the characters of this book, they were just so addicting, truly addicting. So I could not stop myself from reading. This has been my reading vlog. It's been fun documenting, so if I find another book or series that I want to document, I definitely will. And for everybody who has kind of joined me on this journey, thank you so much. And if you have read the Mindfuck series, tell me what your thoughts are. If you guys liked it, didn't like it. I truly did, and I'm so happy that I picked it up. But other than that, I hope you guys are having a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. Bye.